What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thank you, everybody, for supporting. But this video, though, is entitled The Era of Spin is Over. I made videos in the past talking about the age of Aquarian. Well, this is an age of not necessarily enlightenment, but not necessarily where people can face the reality. And I've made videos talking about how technology is exposing various things in society. And this particularly is involved in the area of spin. See, spin is when and a lot of times we talk about the media, when you rev up a story to get people to get a reaction out of people, right? Now the era of spin is like, it's not working as much anymore because, you know, what spin used to have on its side was the evidence wasn't as readily available as it is now. So now when people try to create an argument, you can see the reverse of that argument. Like when these people will put up, you know, their talking points. Like, a talking points and reality are two different things. So talking points are spin and reality is a fact. So when people put up these talking points and they say this, 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 and this, you're able to give them a fact that contradicts their talking point. So now it's like, okay, you're just talking rhetoric. I'm talking reality. So the way you're trying to spin it is not going to work as much. But this also spills into these ideologies where there are certain stereotypes, tropes that are conscious and subconscious in American culture. And people are so accustomed to leaning on these things to spin situations in their favor. You know, you forgot the cameras are rolling at all time. You forgot the microphone is working at all time. And beyond that, even if you didn't forget, you expect that everybody's just gonna go along with the spin, even if it's caught on camera and caught in audio. I mean, because, you know, we're all in this together, and you forget that people are not trying to expose themselves, even if they're on the same BS that you're on. So the era of spin is over. You know, it's kind of like, I was watching somebody talk about instant replay, where they was like, you know, back in the day they said the referees used to be betting on the games and people thought they were crazy. And then when the ref came out with a book that says they used to bet on the game, so the calls they made helped them win money, and it exposed the refs, then they didn't introduce instant replay because of that book. They introduced instant replay years prior to that because it was just too much incompetence. So you had to you had to put a contingency in for the incompetence, right? Not just mistakes, but incompetence. And then so now it's to the point where everything is replayed because you're taking the power out of the ref's hands to destroy the game for their own personal gains. Because you can't spin it like you used to because of camera. Like, life has stuff on instant replay now, right? And this is the issue because, you know, the spin era is over because even people who tried, see, people used to be able to rewrite history. But now trying to rewrite history only brings out being underhanded. So much so that now you got to think about it like, okay, how can I spin that I'm not trying to spin things? There's no way around that now. There's no way around that. So you got people who like to say half truths, and now trying to cover up for people is making you look ridiculous. Part of American society is extremism right now. Like, you can be far right, you can be far left, and even if you make sense, you're gonna look like a crackpot because you're too far left or you're too far right for the most part. You know, even when you're right, people can acknowledge that you're right, but the bulk of your positions are probably wrong, and you can't spin that. You know, you can't say, "Oh, just one time, that was just one." No. You're on camera being a nutcase on a regular basis. You're on camera being over the top on a regular basis. You're on camera reaching on a regular basis. You've said a lot of questionable things and put your foot in your mouth on a regular basis. You can't spin this. You know, you see certain things happen. You know, Roseanne's talking about anti-Semitism when she's Jewish, and she got on the cover of a magazine as Hitler with little Jewish cookies. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, the spin era is over, because the minute you say people, you know, this happened because I'm anti-Semitic, you know what they're gonna post up? Your Hitler picture. John McCain's daughter on The View talking about I forgot the young lady's name, Tamika Mallory, I think, or Mowry. And you know, how could you be associated with Minister Farrakhan? He's a bigot and anti-Semitic and homophobic. How could you be with a bigoted person? I'm like, your dad was John McCain. That's not a... See, and people on social media are going to ask that question. How could you even ask that when your dad was John McCain? Because the era of spin is over. You got, you know, even to the point where we was talking, clowning at work, about Kyrie Irving a couple months ago, or when Jamal Murray tried to shoot that extra shot to get 50 points, and Kyrie got upset. That was BS. That's this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden, Kyrie's old footage popped up that he did the exact same thing. And it's like, how you gonna get mad? Why? Because the spin era is over. You can't, you know, you can't have it both ways. You know, this is how. Because the reason why it's over is because people can grow and evolve, but a lot of people are trying to be duplicitous. So you want to say you're growing and evolving to get to be duplicitous. You didn't grow, you didn't evolve, you didn't change. You just feel like you're just an opportunist. You want to get it on this side and say whatever you got to say or do whatever you got to do on this side, but you want to also get it on this side. And you're going to say whatever you got to do and do whatever you got to do to get it on that side. Only problem is these sides are diametrically opposed. So, and you trying to spin this. So, you know, now you're looking like Rick James. I never went over Eddie's house and put my feet on Eddie's couch. Yeah, I went over Eddie's house and put my feet on Eddie's couch. I mean, he was rich. I felt like he could buy another one. Like, you said that in the same, like, back to back. Ain't no spinning that. As a matter of fact, you know, it's going to make you look like a hypocrite and a nutcase. And this is what keeps happening. People have all these stances in society. And it's like, you can't spin your stance because, you know, ultimately your stance is ridiculous. And I'm going to say this before I go. The other thing about that is the protocol. Like, you know, people have an agenda and an MO. And you see these people who are accustomed to being able to spin situations in society, and their tactics have been saved, you know, and replayed to the point where it's like, oh yeah, they're gonna do this again, and now, you know, this is why it's ending to the spin era, because you can predict who's gonna do what, when they're gonna do it, how they're gonna do it, and, you know, with pinpoint accuracy, the same way that, you know, your phone is catered to you. People have been catered. People have figured out people's natures and their tactics of trying to spin things in America to the point where, you know, what's about to start happening is they're going to shut certain people down from doing certain things because they know they're trying to spin it. And you're going to get it, no, I'm not. No, it's not me. I'm changed. I'm different. No, nobody cares, because ultimately, you know, the spin era is over. Nobody wants to hear what you say. People want to see what you've done and what you have a history of doing. And since your history can actually, and your social media footprint can actually be tracked, this is how people keep coming up, digging into people's messages and pages and posts, and they go years and years back. I think to a degree, even that's reaching, because people realize that if you go on 5-10 years back and a person is completely different from what they were 5-10 years ago when you found information, they know that, you know, you're part of the spin problem. You have an agenda because you had to go so far back to create a issue. So I'm done right now. As you can see, I'm tired. So we out. Peace.